what is it, 32, 33 days, time running out to hammer out a deal to avoid that fiscal cliff. The president says he'll veto any bill that does not raise taxes on the rich. Some Republicans seem ready to cave, violating their pledge not to hike taxes. But Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Napolitano says Republicans who relent and do that at their own peril. A lot of them reelected just a couple of weeks ago. They promised they wouldn't raise taxes, and now some are thinking, would that be so bad? Maybe not.
There's about 6 or 8 of them, some very well-known Republicans, John McCain among them, Peter King, who's a friend of a lot of us on the show. Congressman King and I went to college together, went to law school together. He was an undergraduate when I was in law school at Notre Dame, and he knows that sometimes I tweak him. Jeff Flake is also a friend of the show, Bob Corker. These guys promised as recently as a month ago they would not vote to raise taxes under any circumstances. Right. Guess what they learned? They learned the lesson from Barack Obama. Give away the people's money and they'll vote for you.
Sure.
So rather than voting to shrink the government, to lower entitlements, to get rid of the debt, to put the government back within the confines of the Constitution, to let hardworking Americans keep more of their money, they're going to vote to raise taxes, and they're going to violate the very pledge they make. They should remember a very famous pledge made by a very famous and at the time well-liked Republican. Do you remember this?
I do.
Read my lips. No new taxes. And when he violated that pledge, whoosh, the voters threw him out of the White House.
Absolutely. So, but at this stage in the negotiations, John Boehner has made it very clear he will not raise the tax rates. He's looking at other ways to raise revenues, maybe close loopholes and stuff like that. But we don't need to raise the rates close to 40%.
Okay, Steve, when they say that, I think they're being disingenuous. The issue is not
part
rates.
Of the negotiation dance.
I respect the fact that in negotiation you sometimes take positions that you don't really expect to end up with. Lyndon Johnson used to say, you never want to watch them make sausage or legislation because the give and take it can be unpleasant. But when they are talking about not raising rates and instead getting rid of deductions, it doesn't matter. Whatever takes more money from hardworking Americans and gives it to the government takes it from the productive part of society and gives it to the consuming part of society. That doesn't cause prosperity.
And the last line of your column on called Republicans and Taxes, which is at foxnews.com, is regarding Bush 41, and it says,
I bet George Herbert Walker Bush would abide by his pledge today.
I bet you're right.
Just a guess.
Hindsight,
just a guess,
always
Stevie.
2020. All right. Andrew Napolitano, we thank you very much, Judge.
Pleasure, guys.
All right.